Hi, this is Gene here at DNS Bait, and this report is current as of Tuesday the 2nd here of December. There's a lot of areas on the chain where guys are ice fishing and have been ice fishing for a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. Up on Cherokee Marsh, there's as much as 7 inches of ice up there. They've been taking some bluegills pretty regularly, not all the time, but they do get some nice fish up there. I have on occasion heard a couple of nice crappies and a few perch up in that area too. It's kind of hit or miss, but it's one of those areas that you got to check this time of year, and there have been some nice catches. Over on Lake Mendota, the lake is still totally open. There's a little bit of ice on the west end of the lake in Marshall Park, Spring Harbor, and that, but nobody's on it yet. And those fish don't seem to move in there until there's ice out onto the lake a little bit. On Lake Monona, there is some ice coverage over in Monona Bay. Also over in the triangles by Monona Bay, that the triangle area just recently covered over. Monona Bay has been over for several days. I did hear some guys starting to poke around on a triangle. I know there's been a few guys on Monona Bay, and mostly smaller bluegills in the bay, and I haven't heard anything on the triangle as far as ice conditions or fish at this point. Squaw Bay, there were some guys over there this weekend. They said there was some pretty good ice in the back of the bay. There was some not so good ice out toward the front of the bay, but they did have a couple of limits of bluegills. Most of those fish were in that 7 to 7.5 inch range, a couple maybe 8, but a lot of 7.5s. Mud Lake has been froze over here now for probably a week and a half. There's probably 6 inches of ice out there. There's been some nice catches of bluegills showing up at times. Again, it's a little spotty, but there's some nice fish in there, and some guys have put together some nice catches. Lake Wabeesa, total ice coverage from what I've been told. There have been some guys fishing at Lake Farm Park. There's probably 5 inches of ice out there. Haven't heard too much for action at all. On the south end of the lake, Wabeesa, I've heard some guys poking around down there, and again, I haven't heard too much action yet. Lake Higanza's froze over, and I have no reports of fish or ice conditions as of yet on that lake. Otherwise, in the surrounding areas, Lake Wisconsin, they're fishing the grade still, have been for probably 2 weeks. It's probably starting to slow down a little bit. That action's been fair. Over on Crystal Lake, I haven't heard anything yet. I heard Fish Lake was just open just this weekend. Over to the east of us, Fox Lake and Beaver Dam both have fishable ice on them, and I haven't heard too much action yet, but I did hear a few crappies on Fox Lake. That's really about all I got for you right now. This week is our first ice fishing seminars coming up Thursday evening here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be local fishing expert Pat Klingelholtz, and the topic is going to be nearby hotspots. He's just going to talk about a lot of areas, a lot of places to fish in and around Madison and not too far away. That's here at the store at 7 o'clock. That's free to anybody who'd like to come and see it, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.